Hi friends and welcome to my new video. Hi guys. You've read the title so you know that this video is going to be all about horror movies. I recently became a Patreon of a fantastic horror YouTuber called Spooky Astronauts. I will link up and down, and she has inspired me to do this horror movie tag. As you know from previous videos, I love movies, but horror is a genre that I really do enjoy. So let's get right into it and answer some questions. What's the first horror movie you remember watching? So this was probably back when I was maybe 10, maybe, I don't know. My gran used to live in this house, and next door they had kids that lived there. I mean, kids that were the same age as me at the time, and one of those kids that lived next door was obsessed with horror movies, so he kind of introduced me to horror. Back then I was a bit of a scaredy cat, but the first movie I remember him showing me, could be wrong, but the first movie I remember watching was the original Halloween. Jamie Lee Curtis, amazing. Michael Myers as a villain and as a kind of horror figure, amazing. That movie is just, you know, I didn't appreciate it as much back then when I watched it first, but now I definitely appreciate that movie for kind of everything that it is and what it did for slasher movies and kind of horror as a genre. Favourite horror movie? So I did look on IMDb, and Jaws technically doesn't come under a horror movie, but Thriller is kind of like horror-ish. Well, thrillers can be horrors and horrors can be thrillers, so I'm gonna sneak Jaws in there, but I don't think it officially counts as a horror movie. So I would have to say, of all time, we're talking either Scream or Final Destination. Those are kind of the two iconic horror movies that I kind of think about when someone says, oh, what's your favourite go-to horror movie? I could watch Scream and Final Destination all the time. What type of horror film do you like? Well, I'll pretty much watch any horror movie. I don't kind of discriminate. Well, maybe I do, but I'll kind of watch anything. But my favourite kind of genre to watch is probably either paranormal and demonic, kind of stuff like The Conjuring and stuff like that. I find that really, really interesting, and scary, which helps. I'm also quite into gory and disturbing movies. Anything, you know, that's kind of gross or really gory. I like it and don't like it at the same time, because I'm always kind of like when people are getting their toes chopped off and stuff, but I don't know, something about it really, I wouldn't say it enjoy is the right word, but I think all the horror fans out there are going to know what I mean by that. And also honourable mention to kind of psychological stuff, stuff that messes with your brain. That some psychological can kind of tie in with the paranormal and demonic, but yeah, stuff like The Visit by M. Night Shyamalan. I know Mother's kind of culty, but it's also very psychological to me, and I don't think I've ever had more anxiety than watching a Mother. And I can't say that I liked it, but it was different, and I liked that it was different. So let's take a wee snap out of my Halloween Horror Nights mug. I'm also wearing my Halloween Horror Nights top. What type of horror film do you not like? Again, I'll watch anything, but I'm not super big on kind of sci-fi horror, although Alien is a classic, love Alien, but generally kind of sci-fi and culty stuff I'm not that into. Also old creature feature movies, newer creature feature stuff, I don't mind too much, but kind of older stuff, I know it's classics and stuff like that, you know, the Swamp Thing and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really that into. To be fair, don't crucify me, but I'm not really into old horror, the classics and stuff like that, Frankenstein and Dracula. Not really my thing. Favourite horror villain probably has to be Freddy Krueger. I just think he's so creepy, and a thing that really gets me about him is the whole dream thing, you know, like sleeping and dreaming is where you're meant to be able to escape, and you can't escape from Freddy Krueger there. I wouldn't say scary, but yeah, creepy is definitely what I would call Freddy. The worst horror movie you've seen? The first one that came to mind, and I know I'm going to be crucified, is The Witch. I was so bored during that movie. It was so hyped up, and I was just really disappointed. It just bored me to tears. I was just begging for it to end. I was kept on thinking, okay, maybe something's gonna happen now, maybe something's gonna... It's boring. It's boring. Which horror movie do you think is overrated? I'm gonna go with Friday the 13th on this one. I do like Friday the 13th, but I definitely think out of, you know, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all that kind of stuff, I feel like Friday the 13th is the weakest. And I just don't really like Jason Voorhees or his mum, or the series as a horror franchise. It's just not my thing, and I think that it's definitely overrated. Which horror movie do you think is underrated? I really love Urban Legend with Jared Leto. I am a big fan of that movie. I think it's like a great kind of slashery type movie, and I think the kill stories are really fun, and it's fun to base those on. Urban Legend is just a horror movie that I can watch anytime, and yeah, I generally just don't think enough people talk about it or give it the attention that I think it deserves. I think it does. Another one that I want to mention honourably is The Boy, which I think is just a fab movie. Didn't see it coming, you know, what happened, and yeah, I just really think it's a good movie, and I think anyone who likes kind of horror, thriller, psychological stuff, I think might enjoy it. Favourite horror movie series? It's got to be Scream and Final Destination. Later Final Destination movies are questionable, but all 4 Scream movies are fantastic. Love them. You know, when Scream 4 came, I was like, oh, is it gonna work? But it was really, really good, really enjoyable, really fun. And Final Destination, I don't know. I love the kills in that movie. I think they're just so fun and creative, and, you know, it kind of builds a lot of tension, and I think it's just fun horror. Horror movie that really scared you. The Grudge. The Grudge is the only movie I think that I can think of right now that I've ever screamed out loud during. That movie terrified me when I seen it. To be fair, Japanese and horror movies really creep me out. I don't know, The Ring never really bothered me that much, because every time I say to someone, oh, The Grudge really scared me, they're like, oh, I take it you don't like The Ring then. And The Ring didn't really bother me that much, but the Grudge just scared the crap out of me, man. I really want to see the redo, but I also really don't want to see the redo. I've heard it's rubbish anyway, guys, but I don't know, like, I just can't. Oh, just every time I think of The Grudge, the noise and a more recent one that really scared me was The Babadook. That movie scared me. I kind of want to rewatch it though. I might rewatch it with my boyfriend. Last question, what is the most recent horror movie you've watched? And I watched The Endless, and that was a weird movie, guys. That was a weird movie. It was very slow to begin with. I was really, I wanted to give up on it, but I don't like to give up on movies once I've started them unless, you know, it's really, I'm really not having it. But I stuck it out, and it did get better halfway through, but it still was just a bit weird, a bit slow, and didn't really explain much. But yeah, I gave it a solid 5 out of 10, I think. But yeah, I'm going to be watching a lot more horror movies lately. I've kind of reignited my love. If you guys want to do a similar video to this, go ahead. I'm tagging you. Yes, you. Go and do this tag on your YouTube channel. Go. Or if you don't have a YouTube channel, feel free to answer all the questions down below. I will leave the questions in the description. I'd really like to hear your guys' opinion on horror movies. So this was just a nice quick video this week. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!